She's a very special person. She's led a remarkable life, and she's put it all down in a book called Dorothy. 100 years old, but only just hitting her stride. Welcome, Dorothy Moriarty. I feel like flopping down myself every so often. It's hard to believe you're 100 years of age, Dorothy.
You, I was told you did not believe it.
Well, I don't.
So I put that on me.
I am 100.
I have my birth certificate with me, so don't you go pulling any thoughts.
How old do you think this woman is? 21. If she's a day. 170, how dare you? Now, do you feel 100?
You were going, I knew you'd ask me that.
Well,
they all asked me.
Do you feel
no,
anything?
I do not. I feel like a person sitting outside and saying, who is that?
Yeah.
What is she thinking? I don't recognize myself. I've lost myself. But I can see myself as a little girl perfectly easily, but not as a woman of 100.
Now,
honestly.
They do say that as you get older, you remember your childhood more easily, but you don't perhaps remember what happened yesterday.
Yes, I do remember what happened yesterday, but what I don't realize is how old I am. It's someone else that I'm looking at.
How old are you inside?
I'm quite young inside. I have girls writing from America for advice about their boyfriends. I say to them, you should ask your peers. And they say, no, I'm an old woman. We don't think of you as old.
No.
So
well,
that's
you
a
don't.
compliment.
The important thing is that the secret of staying youthful, the thinking young, thinking of yourself, or not thinking of yourself as an old person?
I don't think of myself at all. I'm now living in other people's lives. It's an extraordinary feeling. I'm much more interested in all the little things that happen around me.
Do you remember, what do you remember? You would have been born when Queen Victoria was still on the throne.
I was born. And what's more, I was baptized over a salad bowl because they said I wouldn't live. Can you read that one?
You were a frail child.
I was a very frail child. They thought I'd never live. Now
look at you. The way you're going. I mean, do you think, will I make 120, 130? There's no limit, is there?
I don't think of how long I'm going to live. I was born in the time when I did my nursing.
Yeah.
We went in without any help at all, no injections. We never thought that we were going to die. We just worked.
And you didn't have work?
And we didn't die.
How old were you when you went?
Started my nursing, 25.
25. My maths is bad. What year
and
was
I
that?
was told, you're too delicate to go nursing by my mother.
Why did she tell you that?
Because, like all the mothers of that age, they liked a daughter dancing around, doing the flowers, going calling and all that sort of thing.
You were well brought up girl.
Rubbish.
You were a well brought up girl, though.
Yes, by an old nanny. She gave me all my standards. She is still the one that I looked to for any guidance I had. She was a marvelous woman.
What was the best?
My mother was just a treat.
Oh, you didn't see her too often, you mean?
No, because we saw her every evening in a tea gown, a thing called a tea. She used to tell us stories. She'd get out our best toys. Best toys, indeed, today. Look at the way they're thrown around.
Honestly. Children today, they don't know they're born.
They don't know anything about childhood.
Who don't?
The children of today are sophisticated. I have a great-grandchild even who is growing up to say, I'll answer the phone.
You didn't even have phones.
We didn't have phones. We were much better without phones.
Do you think the world's a better place now than it was?
It's a different place. I wouldn't like to make a judgment.
You're being very cautious now.
I'm very cautious about that.
You had
I am enjoying the world today.
Did you take a drink?
Shush. That's why I'm talking.
sometimes wish more of me gets to take more drinks than... Well, what do you like? I mean, it's a secret of a long life, isn't it? Plenty of drink.
No, the secret of a long life is
Is
what the BBC has been telling us on wildlife adaptation. Look at the rabbits we sent to Australia. Look how well they did in a different atmosphere. They overran the country.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I am.
overrunning the country.
Overrunning old age.
And of course, rabbits breed.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
And then they had to be cut off.
So the secret of a long life is don't breed.
The secret of a long life is to adapt.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you did adapt to being a nurse in very hard times, didn't you? It must have been very, very difficult when you were a girl as a nurse.
I'd have liked you to be run around a ward by one of our sisters. You wouldn't have been able to call your soul your own.
I can't anyway. The BBC owned my soul.
We weren't allowed to talk to sisters. We had to ask the staff nurse to tell sister. That was my first time I fell down on it. I spoke to the sister. That was a cardinal sin. If you know what a cardinal sin is.
I do. I can run the 7 deadly sins. You know the 7 deadly sins? Pride, covetousness, lust, having gluttony, envy, and sloth.
Well, that was how I was brought up in hospital. I learned discipline. And that,
I think that was good for you to...
I'm quite sure, even getting out of bed at 100 years needs discipline. I can lie there comfortably, but I don't. I get up, I do exercises. Discipline.
How much sleep do you take?
How much?
Sleep do you get a night?
Oh, I'm a good sleeper. That's another secret, I think. Have a clear conscience. You probably don't know what it means. You ask my Father Dooley.
Father Dooley.
Yeah, he's very uncertain about me.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he uncertain about?
Yeah.
What have you done to make Father Dooley uncertain about you?
No, because I have my own ideas of things, and I put them in front of him like that and say, Father...
Let me ask you a
That's right.
question now. People often say, I'm not terribly religious, and I'm not sure what I believe in anymore. Probably a lot of people. But they say, you wait until you get old. You'll start to say a few more prayers then. Have you got more religious as you've got older?
No, I think I've gone the other way.
Have you?
But on the other hand, I wouldn't not keep on to my religion for anything.
Keep a gate open, keep the exit
Yeah,
open.
that's right.
Yeah.
I love Father Dooley.
I like Father Dooley myself.
Yeah.